Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So you may notice different surroundings, and that's because me and Tyler have done a house swap with my dad and his wife for just over 2 weeks. So we're actually back down in London and they've gone up north to the holiday home where we have been staying. So I've been seeing my family a lot and my friends, which has been so nice. I did actually go out last night, that's why I'm looking a little bit rough, and I've just not been on top of things. I hadn't really organised my YouTube videos and stuff for while I was here, so I'm a little bit behind, and I'm just recording this today and hopefully it's going to go up today. So I thought the easiest thing for me to do last minute was a Q&A. So I put on my Instagram the other day just asking people to just ask me anything, and I'll just answer some questions on here and yeah, just get to know me a little bit better. So I've chosen some questions because I don't really want this to be really long. I think I'm going to do about 10 and just get through them. So the first one, I had a few about Vixen. So how did I come up with creating it? Now, Vixen first started when I went to Body Power with another brand, Vanquish Fitness, who are a really big gym wear, active wear company. And I'd actually been at Body Power the year before and I'd seen their store and I really loved their stuff, and I'd taken a photo in their top. And then they messaged me and basically said, do I want to help out on the stand the following year? So I was really excited and I went and worked with them, and the guys who were running it, whose company it was, were a year younger than me, and they were from the same area as me, and it just inspired me so much. Like, back in this time, because this was, gosh, so many years ago now. How long ago was this? I can't even think. 5 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago. I can't even remember when this was now. But yeah, they were just so inspiring. Like, the fact that they had started this company from just, like, they had nothing. They just bought a printing thing to print t-shirts, and they had just built this company all on their own, and they were young. Like, back in the day, I used to think you had to be like an adult, like a fully grown adult, to be able to have a business. I didn't realise people our age could be doing stuff like that. And then obviously I found out about Ben Francis, Gymshark and all this, but I just wasn't aware of all of that. Like, I wasn't business minded growing up. I was just more of a sort of partier and stuff, so I didn't really think about that sort of thing. But they just inspired me so much, and I thought, gosh, if they're doing it, I can do it. And when I was at Body Power that year, there really wasn't that much girls clothes. Gymshark obviously had their girl section. Vanquish didn't really do girl stuff. It was more pretty much just guys. And just going around all the different stalls, the girls stuff, it just wasn't that great quality, and there just wasn't that much of a range. So I thought, I'm gonna do it. I was also friends with The Lost Breed, who are an American company. Now, they're gym clothes as well, but they're so motivating. They're all about pushing yourself, and they're very fitness as well. Like, they always post videos, and yeah, it's not just gym clothes. The gym clothes is sort of the merchandise of who they are. But again, they were a year below me, and they had just started it all on their own and just built it up, and just through passion, and it was just incredible, so inspiring. So I thought, right, I'm gonna start a female fitness clothing range. But back then I didn't really have money, and I had no idea how to find factories, how to get the contacts. So I started off just printing t-shirts, you know, pretty much as everyone does. Not me printing them, but just getting someone like a factory to print them for me in the UK. And then I managed to save loads of money from my PTing, and through that I then was able to buy my first bulk load of clothes. But by the time I was able to buy a bulk load of leggings and sports bras that were really good actual gym quality stuff, it was crazy. There were so many female fitness brands out there. Like, the market is so saturated now, but it completely blew up within those 2 years of me having the idea of Vixen, and then actually first getting leggings and stuff. It had just blown up. But you know, obviously I just wanted to do it, so I carried on, and here I am now. I'm talking so much, and that was only question 1, so I'm going to leave it there. I do talk more about Vixen on, if there is a video, my first ever Vixen haul YouTube video, I talk about it then, on how I created it and why I created it. So if you want to know a bit more, just go to that. Okay, so the next question is, how do I stay motivated to work out? To be honest, I have found it really difficult to motivate myself during this whole lockdown period. I'm lucky because Tyler is so motivated. Like, Tyler loves his CrossFit and his strength and conditioning, his functional fitness. So because he's constantly training and he's really into it, that pushes me more to train. I think if I was with someone who wasn't bothered at all, I would have really struggled. So it's just sort of having that sort of influence around me, other people who are into it and push me. Also, I feel really horrible when I'm eating bad, and I have been eating bad over this period, don't get me wrong, but I really do notice a lack in my production levels, and I just feel groggy, I feel tired, I sleep in late, and it's all just part of the package really. If I'm eating healthy, that makes me want to train, and then after I train I feel amazing. So it's like, even if I really can't be bothered to train, I know how good I'm going to feel afterwards. So if I push myself to do it, then I know I'm going to really reap the rewards. So that, I just always tell myself that as well. When I am feeling like, oh, I really can't be bothered, I just always think about how good I feel afterwards. And, you know, I just want to get the most out of each day, and that's what pushes me. If I'm my healthiest and my fittest, then I'm going to get way more out of my life, and that's what really motivates me to just keep pushing really. I've been unfit and I've been unhealthy, and, you know, my life was so much worse then. Like, I would just party all the time at the weekends, and I just didn't really do anything. I just didn't have much going for me, and since I got into fitness it completely changed my life around. So whenever I'm just feeling a lack of motivation, I just remind myself of how good fitness has been for me and how much it has done for me, and that's why I would never stop. Like, even if I may fall out of love with it at times, it will always be a part of my life, because I know how much better my life is with it. Also, what helps me stay motivated is just trying different things. Like, throughout my whole fitness journey, I first started, I was doing like boxing and cardio, and then I would do then I found weight training, which I loved, and then I did pole dancing and aerial hoop and all of those different aerial fitness stuff, yoga, powerlifting. I then did powerlifting after I did my bodybuilding competitions, because I do find I can get bored of one thing. So if I'm always mixing it up and trying new different things, then it's really exciting. You set yourself new challenges, and it's just a really good way to stay motivated and yeah, just keep pushing really. Just trying new things, always setting yourself challenges. That really motivates me. Like, I did the month running, and I can do stuff with, like, obviously now the gyms are back open, you can do strength challenges, like trying to get your squat up to a certain thing, or trying to be able to lift this much, or just anything. Like, these little challenges really help you stay motivated, because each week you have a goal, you have a focus, and you have something to work towards, rather than just like, oh, I'm just going to go in and train. It just is so much better when you have a goal, because yeah, you actually have something in the back of your mind that's always pushing you forward to keep on going. I'm giving really long answers, and this was supposed to just be a quick short video. Another one, where is the first place I would like to go on holiday? Where is the first place you'd like to have a holiday once all this pandemic has calmed down? So me and Tyler obviously were in Australia when this whole thing happened, so it got cut short. We had to come home early, and we had actually planned, so we were going to do the year in Australia, and then when that year was up, we were going to go to New Zealand. And I really wanted to go to like Fiji and like all the little islands and stuff as well. We wanted to go to Tasmania and then Bali and all that, but obviously Bali we can do, you know, you can just do that from here, it's not that big a deal. But New Zealand, like, I love New Zealand. I'm really actually quite obsessed with New Zealand. Recently I've got really into New Zealand because I love Flight of the Conchords, I love Taika Waititi, and I just love everything about it. I love the Maori culture. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I just love them. Like all the films, boy, I just love it. And I've really got into this program Brokenwood, which is New Zealand, and I'm just obsessed with New Zealand. So I really actually want to go back to New Zealand. So that is actually number one on my bucket list at the moment, is to go to New Zealand. And I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings, and it's just always been my dream to go to Hobbiton. Like, I really want to go to Hobbiton. I'm quite a bit of a massive geek. So that is number one. I want to go to New Zealand. It's going to be very expensive coming from here, and obviously after being in Australia it's so gutting because we were right there. It would have been so easy. Like, it's just a couple hours plane from Melbourne, and it's not that expensive, a couple $100s. It was just the easiest thing we could have done, and we didn't get to do it, so I'm really gutted. But my birthday's in December, so normally it's always really cold and I don't really get to do much for it. So next year, if we're in a position that we can go, because obviously we want to get a house and stuff as well, I really want to go to New Zealand for my birthday. So I don't know if it will happen, but that is my goal at the moment, to go back and go to New Zealand and go to Hobbiton and just live the dream, basically. So next question. What's my max on squat, leg press and other leg exercises? So my maxes are not good. Like my squat, I did powerlifting. I did a powerlifting program and I did the competition. And my max squat was like 95. I think I probably could have done more on the day because you have that adrenaline, and like the 95 felt fine. Like I came up straight away. But if I try and do that in the gym, oh my gosh, no. Like, and that's the thing, like compared to other people, my squat is very weak. Like 95 kg is not a lot, but 95 kg, sorry. But yeah, that is the most I've ever done. I get really scared to squat heavy, like really scared. Squatting's always been, you know, I've always been a bit fearful of it, so I've never really pushed myself to lift that much, but I would love to get over 100 one day. Leg press, it's hard because on different machines it's different. So I used to train at Muscleworks, which is this bodybuilding gym, and there I remember doing 300 kg once, but then when I tried to do it at the one at Pure Gym, I think I did like 250, and that felt really heavy. And I know the machine weighs, like normally it weighs about 50 kg, that machine, but I'm sure I factored that in, so I don't really know. But 300 kg on one machine is the most I've ever done, I think. I'm pretty sure. I haven't done it for such a long time now, obviously, so I can't really remember. And deadlift was 115 kg. That was competition as well, and again, I know I could have done more on the day, like with the adrenaline and stuff, but outside of that competition I haven't done it. Would you move abroad again? So me and Tyler went to Australia last year. For those that don't know, we did a work holiday visa. Now we did this because this is something I'd always wanted to do. I was obsessed with Australia when I was younger. We had family friends there and we'd been there twice on holiday, and I just loved it. Like I'd always wanted to move out there. I was meant to do it after uni and it just never ended up happening. And then everything last year just sort of fit to be perfect timing and for us to just go, like, yeah, like let's just do it. I had someone who was able to manage Vixen for me, like do the distribution, and I did everything else online, so it all just really worked out. So we got really lucky that we were able to experience that and do that. But when I was there, I realized how much I actually love England and how much, you know, how important my friends and family are. And I always knew that, of course, but I realised how much I couldn't live without seeing them all the time, especially because my sisters have kids. So my nieces and nephews, like, I just love them so much and I don't want to miss any part of them growing up. And that was really difficult, just knowing that they were getting older and they were, you know, going through, because kids change so quickly. Like, one sec. Because kids grow so quickly, so you know, you just miss so much even in a short amount of time. So because of that reason I couldn't. Me and Tyler had actually said, oh, maybe we'll do Canada for a year as well, you know, New Zealand, because obviously I love New Zealand. But yeah, now I couldn't. And you know what, I love England. Like being in Australia made me realise how much I love England. Not because there's anything wrong with Australia, but it's just those comforts of home and just, you know, going to a supermarket and you have all the brands that you love. And I just love England. I think England's amazing. It's got all the seasons. It is really beautiful. It has really beautiful places, and yeah, if you go to the right parts of it, England has a lot, and I just love it. And you know what? I love cold weather as well, which I didn't realise until I went to Australia. When we were in Brisbane, it was hot, like the whole time. Even in winter, it was hot. And I just struggled, because one of my favourite things to do in the world is when it's a cold day outside and you just have a proper duvet day. Like you get on the sofa, you put films on, you get really cuddly, and it's cold outside, it could be raining, and you're just there with your hot chocolate, and it's just such a nice feeling. It's just such a comfort feeling, and you can't do that in Australia. Every time I wanted to watch a film, well, you can in Melbourne, but you can't do it in Brisbane. Like every time I wanted to watch a film, I felt guilty because it's like 30 degrees outside and I'm inside trying to watch a film. Like, you just can't enjoy those simple pleasures, you know. So yeah, I love England, and yeah, I won't be moving abroad again because my family, I just can't leave them. Whew. This is actually taking so long. I didn't realise how much I had to say on things. So when are you and Tyler going to get married? So we have no plans to get married at all anytime soon. We have so much other stuff that we need to think about and that we want to do, that marriage is just, it's not even in my line of vision right now. And especially because the wedding that I have imagined for myself since I was little is like outside in a forest. It will cost quite a bit of money, and well, I think it will, I'm not sure, but I think we'd probably have to go abroad because the weather in England, if I want an outdoor wedding, I would just be stressing every day that it's going to rain. So I think we'd have to go abroad to just settle that from my mind. I mean, we're just not in any position at the moment to plan that sort of wedding, and the thought of planning a wedding, I can't even begin with the stress of what that would put me through. So we're very happy to be engaged. I just, you know, I wanted to be engaged because it just shows that we're that step forward, and we're more, you know, we're not just boyfriend and girlfriend, we're serious. Like, he is basically my husband, we just haven't got married yet. So I'm just happy to be engaged now. I don't care about having a long engagement. It's just nice to sort of have made that commitment to each other. And yeah, at the moment all my focus is going into Vixen, going into us getting a house. So yeah, a wedding is not on the horizons anytime soon. What are your other hobbies aside from fitness? So I have so many hobbies. Like, I grew up, my mum's very, very arty and creative, and she was always doing different things with me. So I grew up sort of in that environment of just always being a bit arts and crafty and just, yeah, just making things. You know, I was brought up with books and music and film, so I'm a massive movie geek, like massive movie geek. I love Lord of the Rings, I love Star Wars, Harry Potter, Quentin Tarantino, Taika Waititi. Like, I'm really into my films, so I do watch a lot of films. I love music, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, like proper rock music from back in the day. I just love all of that. Reading, I was really, you know, I've always read since I was a child, and I love reading. Books is a big part of my life. I actually love writing, so I have wrote some children's picture book stories, which I would really like to do something with and develop and see if I could get them published, because I really enjoy writing them. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So I love writing, I love painting. You might have seen on my Instagram recently I've really got back into painting, so that's a big hobby of mine. Yeah, I just really enjoy creating things. Embroidery, I do embroidery, I love that. And I'm gonna start, because I saw this on Pinterest, the string art. So it's where you get needles and then you create these art, like nails, sorry, you hit nails into wood and then you get this string, and yeah, it just looks really cool. So that's what I'm going to be trying next. So yeah, just loads of arty, creative things really. I have loads of hobbies. Like, before lockdown and stuff, me and Tyler would always be going like rock climbing, bouldering, skateboarding, just, yeah, I've tried so many different things really, because I always just love trying new things and just having fun, and yeah, just activities, just doing all sorts. So yeah, I have loads of hobbies. So yeah, next question. One more. If you hadn't got into fitness, what would you be doing? I really don't know. Like, now I would say that I would really try and be a writer. So I would really try and be a children's book writer, because I have wrote quite a few different children's stories and I love them and I really enjoy doing it, and I would really like to do something with that. And I reckon that would be it. I would just really try and be a published author with my children's stories, and then I'd probably try and write a young adults novel as well, see how that goes. But yeah, I reckon that's what I would be doing. If not that, I would probably work in a theatre. So I did events management at university, events management with arts and entertainment. So I did my placement year in a theatre and I loved it. And then I worked in a theatre once I finished uni, and I actually worked in a theatre in Australia as well, and I just loved it. I absolutely love working on shows, working on events, and it's just so much fun. Like, I really love arts and culture and the theatre environment, and yeah, I would definitely love to work in a theatre if I couldn't be a writer and I wasn't into fitness. So those are probably the things. But yeah, I think that's about it, because I've spoke for ages and this was just supposed to be a quick video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. It may be really boring to you. You may not care at all about anything I have to say, but thank you anyway if you have watched. I've never done a Q&A before. This is the first time. It's quite fun actually. If you've liked it, let me know. I'll maybe do another one in future, and if I do, I'll always ask on my Instagram page, and then you can pop me questions there, so just keep an eye out on my stories. But yeah, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will hopefully see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.